So I thought that for a fun way to kind of look at how you can enter a room, how you should start, the energy, and any sort of first impression, it'd be fun to watch Will Smith enter a room for an interview. So let's take a look here.
Ha venido a divertirse al hormiguero, Will Smith. Ven aquí, siéntate.
So, do I mean to say that every time that you start a conversation or enter into a room that you need to, extend your arms really wide, pick the person up that you're meeting? Not at all. What I do mean to say is that when you enter a room or into any conversation, there's typically two choices that you have. You can enter it like just about every other celebrity with a wave and you walk in and you sit down, or you can mimic the type of energy that he has here. Now, again, I don't mean to say that you need to put on the type of show, but you are typically asked within the first few seconds of meeting someone, hey, what's up? How are you? And most people take that opportunity and they walk in and they sit down like every other celebrity. Hey, I'm good. How are you? It's, good. What you should do if you want people to respond positively to you is to be better than good. And some very, very simple ways to do this, and by mimicking this sort of energy just with your words. So what that might look like is saying, rather than I'm doing good, is I'm doing phenomenal, man. How are you? Or I'm fantastic. It's awesome. Like whatever it is that is going on in your life. Now, obviously, this needs to be real in some way. So what I'm suggesting is not just that you shift your words, it's that you shift your attitude. Because I bet if you think back to the people that you are most excited to see in your life, it's those people that are like excited about their own lives. It's those people who walk around and just by their force of feeling good about things, they tend to spread that to other people. I think of myself, I have a very good friend who anytime that to this day that I see him and I ask him, hey man, what's up? How are you doing? He gets this big smile on his face. He smiles from his eyes and he says something to the effect of, I'm doing phenomenal, man. How are you? And he really means it. So I suggest that when you meet people, at the very least, be better than good. Be great, be awesome, be fantastic, whatever word it is, but pick something and you will see immediately you start the conversation off on a much better foot. Now, the words are not the only thing. You obviously have your tonality in there, you have your gesticulations, but one other major piece of this is your smile. Now, there are two kinds of smiles that are very typical. There's the fake smile and there's the real smile. And this example just shows them in very, very stark contrast. You can see here, this is Nancy Pelosi. On the left, you have what is obviously a much more real smile than the one on the right. The question is, what is going on? Now, there's three particular things that are going to distinguish physically what makes a real smile from what makes a fake smile. The first thing is that real smiles tend to pull upwards and not just to the side. Now, if you look at the one on the right, that smile is going just left to right. It's like showing her teeth in a cheese fashion. The other one on the left tends to pull up on that upper lip as well. The second thing is that there is typically a relaxed lower jaw in a genuine real smile. And you'll see when people are laughing in their pictures, you can often tell because that lower jaw is even farther down. So a little bit of space between, a little bit of black space in your smile is actually a good thing. When you cheese and you grip them tight, that makes it come across as more fake. But there's one thing that more than both of those communicates a genuine versus a real smile, and that is the eyes. If there is tension around the eyes, this is how most people are receiving whether your smile is real or not. And the reason is because this one is particularly hard to fake. When you smile for real, there are muscles that are not 100% voluntary called the orbiculus oculi, right? Very scientific Latin name. Those tend to pull tighter under and on the sides of your eyes when you are genuinely happy. That's why people get that kind of squint when they're actually excited. When you're just smiling for someone and you're thinking, okay, show your teeth, the eyes stay neutral. So what you need to do is not just think about and realize these things, that is helpful, but you again have to get back to that place of actual excitement to meet people. And the easiest way to do that is to think about how good it can go, right? Whenever you're meeting someone, you have no idea what's coming out of that interaction. It could be amazing. This could be a friend, a future colleague, somebody you work with, maybe someone that you date. You need to start getting excited about these things because the truth is, if you're trying to fake a real smile, it's going to come across as fake anyway. Still good that you know what these three things are that differentiate a smile. So, What I recommend then, actually, for this is that you practice this now. Because yes, while you have to have the real smile, what I've noticed is that when I work with some people, they have one thing that just doesn't go for them. Even when they're happy, they don't let that lower jaw relax. Maybe they picked that up as a kid from the way that their parents smiled. So what I really recommend doing, it might sound strange, is pause this, go somewhere where you have a mirror, or if you have your phone and you can sort of just do that flip thing where it faces you, and actually think of something that makes you laugh. It'll actually help to take a video so you don't have to look at it. Think of something that is funny to you. Think of how you might say hi to somebody. It can feel a little bit clumsy on the phone, but just try to get into that mode to see, okay, what would I actually look like to someone else? And what you might find is you might go, oh my gosh, like I have such a tight jaw when I smile at other people. And then experiment with doing it a little bit differently. This is just to fix any sort of grave mistakes you might be making. You cannot completely customize and refine your smile for every situation. This is just to get you out of your own way in case you have any bad habits, which I actually had one, which was that my eyes would go really, really big when I met people and start to freak them out a little bit. So by having my friend catch this, I didn't have a camera at the time because it was many years ago. By having my friend catch this, I was able to work on it in the mirror. I really suggest you do that now. It can make a world of difference in your first impressions.